Welcome back to Blackstardove. Welcome back to my channel. As always, you know I need that HBO special, which means help a brother out trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay, so it's officially, it's been about a week since former President Trump became the president-elect, going to be the, at this point in time, 47th president, but he might be the 48th president, and I'll get into that a little bit. And now that it's been a week and I have seen all these reactions, I wanted to make my thoughts clear. First things first, that was a landslide victory. All the results are in pretty much. That was a complete ass whooping. And I've been watching all the reactions and stuff, especially on The View. I think I have enough. I've seen 3 episodes of The View since the election. I think I'm done with The View for quite a while. Especially this is lady named Sony. This is the Puerto Rican lady. Oh my God! She cannot get her head out of her ass for, I don't know why. I just don't know why. And she is so quick to say Latino people are not a monolith. There's all types of Latino people. But then she was trying to make them a monolith, saying all Latino people want the same thing. And it was just crazy. It was crazy. But that's besides the point. There's been a growing idea, let's just say that, of over the next 30 days, President Biden would step down and make Vice President Harris the new president. People want that to happen for a multitude of reasons. The first one is it F's up Donald Trump's merchandise. someone legit say that it will fuck up his merchandise. I was like, because he wouldn't be number 47, he'll be number 48. So he's having all this stuff made for number 47, and it will technically fuck up his merchandise. So I gotta admit, that's kind of that's petty, but it's kind of funny though. And then the second reason being is that go ahead, get it over with. That way you can have a female president and a black female president. So there's no more need to have this huge buildup. And I was like, that is the most stupidest thing ever. Because you want to talk about patronizing, you want to talk about paper crowns and making people feel included just because, that's exactly what you will be doing to her. She will have no power. She'll just be have a paper crown or a paper presidency, and she'll be president for about a month and then hand it over to Donald Trump. Really? I wouldn't even want that. That's some sucker ass shit. On some real shit, that's some sucker ass shit. And I'll consider it more disrespectful that you even think for me to do that. That's like saying, here, you can play the game with me, but the controller's not plugged up. I'm just handing you a controller that's not plugged in. Say, oh, look at you, you're playing with me, you're participating. It would be like, have you ever had, I guess the closest thing I can really think of is, well, I can't even say Lyndon B. Johnson, but we haven't seen anything really like that. And I don't know, it just seems like I would have more class and more dignity for myself than to go out like that. That's horrible. And then all these people saying that she tried her best. I don't think she tried her best. I think it was really lackluster. I understand she only had 100 days, but at the same time, I blame the Democratic Party because y'all knew President Biden was not all the way there. Let's just say that. They knew that. And they still went along saying that he's doing fine. He's sharper than ever before. And then, of course, we saw that debacle and whatever the hell that was on the debate stage. And it got so ugly to the point where donors refused to donate if Biden was still going to be running. That's why it took 3.5 weeks for them to change it. And I was just like, man, that whole thing was a shit show. It It was a shit show, and the Democrats, just looking at all the responses. Like I enjoyed it. Like I watched it online just like everybody else. Like a lot of them was just like, they was kind of crazy. But there was a few like level-headed responses. Like for instance, Van Jones. I think Van Jones from CNN gave a very level-headed response. He actually acknowledges the ass kicking. He didn't say, "Oh, she did well." Like, "Oh no, it was like the second greatest loss in modern history, only behind Ronald Reagan." Like, you know, like he actually acknowledged that and acknowledged that, you know, where the Democratic Party could have went wrong. And I understand that they were running on things that were extreme left, such as rights for the LGBTQ community, and then they wanted to have things like reproductive rights. But you couldn't have that and then have on some ballots their own rights for their reproductive. Like let me give you an example. Here in the state of Arizona, right? We passed our proposition allowing abortions to still happen. We elected Ruben Gallego, a Democrat, but we also voted for Trump. So there was no need to vote for Harris when we had a proposition that took care of, at least in the state of Arizona, it took care of abortions. So that was like the main selling point. So we took care of that, and we was also able to get the president that we wanted. So it was a multitude of reasons of why she failed. I feel sorry for, you know, a lot of black women. A lot of black women were crying, and I didn't want to see that. You know, I don't want them to feel afraid. I don't want them to feel like they're messed up or anything like that. But I also said it before. He was president before, and nothing happened to you. Like, you know, you're still the same person you was those 4 years that he was initially elected. Now it's just going to be a little bit different when it comes to the mass deportation. A lot of countries already with that. I'm with that. I'm all for you being in this country. Just do it the right way. And we have this weird system here anyway, where we want to tell people to do it the right way, but we also employ them and we reward them if they do it the illegal way. So it's just weird how it is done here, because it's like, hey, we want you to come here the right way, but if you don't come here the right way, we'll still reward you and it puts you in these, like, you know, asylum cities and all that stuff, and it's gotten out of control. America feels like it's gotten out of control. President Trump will take care of that. I would hate to see kids separated from families, but at the same time, I do realize that that's something that may have to happen, and it is what it is. And there's always the other option of they don't have to split the family, if you know what that means. It's just, even a week later, watching all the Democrats not focus on the reason why they lost. They focus on bullshit. Like, no one wanted to vote for a black woman. Like, they didn't want a woman president. They didn't want a black person being president. And then, like, these are things that came out of people's mouths, like, legitimately. And I'm like, hold on, wait. I'm only 35 years old. But I remember my first election, I voted for Barack Obama, who won his presidency and then ran for re-election and won his presidency. So he was president for 8 years. Then on top of that, we had Miss Hillary Clinton, who won the popular vote. And we all know that. So it's just so weird to hear them say that, like, oh, like America don't want a woman, and America don't want a black woman to be president. America don't want nobody being president that's black. They're racist. And America does have some racism in it. I'll be a fool not to acknowledge it. But at the same time, we also just came from 8 years of a black president and a woman who actually won the popular vote not that long ago. It's just bullshit after bullshit, and you can see why they lost. Hopefully they get it together, because landslide victories are not good. Every once in a while, you need a landslide victory, and that puts people back in perspective and get them back on their A game. But it can't be constant landslide victory, landslide victory, landslide victory. That's not good for anyone. Competition brings out the best in everyone. Take care. I love you. Peace.